A deer is a mammal known for its graceful form, slender legs, and strong yet delicate features. It moves with agility and silence through its surroundings, using its finely tuned senses to detect motion and sound. As an animal, it relies heavily on awareness and speed for safety. The body of a deer is covered in short fur that changes texture and color with the seasons. This fur provides insulation and helps the mammal blend into its environment, shifting in tone to match its surroundings and reduce visibility to others. Its head is narrow, often elongated, with large, expressive eyes that sit on the sides of its face. This placement gives the deer a wide field of view, allowing it to remain aware of potential threats approaching from nearly any direction. One of the most recognizable features of a deer is the presence of antlers in many males. These bony extensions grow from the skull and are used for display, dominance, and sometimes combat. They shed and regrow in cycles, reflecting changes in season and maturity. The ears of a deer are large, mobile, and highly sensitive. They rotate independently to detect faint noises and pinpoint their source. The animal can freeze in place, listening for changes in the environment, making it difficult to surprise or ambush. A deer's sense of smell also advanced. It can detect subtle changes in the air, such as the presence of other animals or unfamiliar scents. This helps it navigate unfamiliar territory and avoid potential threats. The mouth and jaw of a deer are adapted for grazing and browsing. It can strip leaves from branches or nibble grass with precision. Its teeth are arranged to grind plant material efficiently, making the animal well suited to a plant-based diet. Deer are known for their ability to move quickly and with precision. Their long legs allow them to leap great distances and maneuver through tight spaces. This speed is often their first line of defense against danger. When alarmed, a deer may stomp its hoof or raise its tail to signal to others. These actions serve as warnings and can trigger a flight response within a group. They communicate danger non-verbally, through motion and posture. Their hooves are narrow and pointed, adapted for running and navigating rough terrain. These specialized feet allow the animal to grip uneven surfaces and move silently when necessary. The hoof also plays a role in balance and impact absorption. A deer is a highly social mammal in many cases, often forming loose groups for protection. These groups change based on season and age. While some individuals remain solitary, others stay close to family units for extended periods. The eyes of a deer have a reflective layer that enhances night vision. This allows it to remain active in low light or nocturnal settings. It can detect movement and shapes even when visibility is poor, giving it a survival advantage. Deer often communicate through posture and body movement. A slight turn of the head or raised tail can convey intent or emotion. Their communication is subtle but effective, allowing them to coordinate silently in groups. Though quiet by nature, deer can vocalize when needed. They may grunt, bleat, or snort to express alarm, attract attention, or signal to offspring. These sounds are usually brief and purposeful, rarely used in excess. A deer's coat is water-resistant and provides both warmth and camouflage. During different times of the year, it sheds and regrows this fur to match environmental needs. This seasonal adaptation is vital for maintaining comfort and survival. The neck of a deer is strong and flexible, supporting the head while allowing for a wide range of motion. It can tilt and turn to scan the surroundings without moving its body, helping to keep a low profile while remaining alert. The muscles of a deer are built for endurance and sudden bursts of energy. It can stand still for long periods or sprint away in an instant. This dual capability makes it versatile in both flight and foraging behavior. Deer are often cautious, but curious. They may observe an unknown object or creature from a distance before deciding to approach or retreat. This cautious nature serves as a balance between learning and survival. Many deer live in environments where being alert is essential. As prey animals, their every movement is calculated to reduce risk. They use patterns in sound, light, and scent to build awareness of their surroundings. Their internal systems, including digestion, are specialized for extracting nutrients from fibrous plant material. They chew food thoroughly and often regurgitate partially digested material to chew again, aiding in breakdown and absorption. The tail of a deer is expressive and often raised when alarmed. It acts as a signal to others and can be an indicator of mood or awareness. When lowered, it often means calm. When lifted, it often means tension. The brain of a deer is adapted for quick processing of sensory inputs. It assesses sound, sight, and scent rapidly to make decisions under pressure. Reflex and instinct guide much of its behavior. Young deer learn by following adults, mimicking their behavior and learning to recognize danger. Their early survival depends on observation, quick learning, and staying close to protective figures within the group. Despite being quiet and discreet, deer play an active role in their ecosystems. They shape plant growth patterns, provide food for others, and serve as an important link in natural cycles. Their presence impacts both predator and plant communities. Overall, a deer is a mammal defined by alertness, elegance, and efficiency. Every aspect of its form and function serves a purpose in ensuring it survives in its world, with minimal noise and maximum grace. The lifespan of a deer depends on many factors, including environment, health, and natural threats. In general, a deer can live for several years, though few reach the maximum potential due to the dangers it regularly faces. This mammal must survive from birth through its vulnerable early stages, past juvenile growth, and into adulthood to reach a longer life. In the wild, the average lifespan of a deer is shorter than what it might achieve in more protected conditions. Factors such as predation, disease, injuries, food availability, and climate all contribute to whether or not it lives a full life. These influences vary by region, season, and population density. A deer begins life in a fragile state. From its first days, it is exposed to many risks. As a young animal, its survival often depends on its ability to remain hidden and the protection offered by nearby adults. If it avoids early death, it enters a period of steady growth. As the deer matures, its body strengthens and its instincts sharpen. It becomes more skilled at foraging, avoiding threats, and navigating its surroundings. These skills are crucial for survival, especially as it begins to take more risks moving in open areas or unfamiliar places. Adult deer face different challenges. Their age brings strength and confidence, but also new dangers. Competitions with other animals, the aware of seasonal change, and injuries from territorial disputes can all shorten their lifespan. Stress, too, weakens the body and can lead to illness or slower responses to danger. In areas where natural predators are numerous, few deer live past the early adult years. This limits the number of older individuals in the population and keeps the overall lifespan statistics lower than the species' potential. Death from predators is often swift and comes without warning. When living in areas with fewer predators or more protected surroundings, deer have a greater chance of reaching older ages. In such conditions, the mammal might live long enough to show signs of age, such as slower movement, worn teeth, or graying fur. These signs reflect a rare passage of time. In captivity or controlled environments, where food is stable and threats are minimized, the deer's lifespan can extend well beyond what is typical in the wild. Without the constant pressure of survival, the mammal can grow old peacefully, often cared for in ways nature cannot provide. Older deer often become less agile and more vulnerable. They may struggle to keep up with groups, detect threats as quickly, or endure harsh weather. These difficulties often mark the final stages of life. At this point, survival depends more on luck and environment than strength. Despite its vulnerabilities, a deer is well equipped for survival in its natural setting. Most of its life is spent in a rhythm of foraging, moving, and staying alert. The more successfully it does these things, the longer it tends to live. A deer's lifespan is not measured solely by years, but by experiences. It may live a full and active life even if its time is short, or it may live long with caution and careful steps. Both are natural outcomes for this mammal. Some individuals never live past their first year due to illness, predators, or accidents. These early deaths are common and part of the balance of nature, where many are born, but only a portion survive to maturity. If a deer survives its early years and establishes itself as an adult, it enters a prime phase of life. During this time, it is most active, physically capable, and often contributes to the next generation. This phase is central to the deer's role in the ecosystem. As the years pass, even healthy deer show signs of aging. Joints become less flexible, senses may dull, and response times slow. Older deer may become more cautious and less social, relying on learned behavior more than physical prowess. To live a long life, a deer must not only avoid danger, but also adapt to changes in the environment. Shifts in food sources, seasons, or nearby populations challenge the deer to remain flexible and responsive. Adaptability is one of the traits that influences longevity. In some cases, deer can live more than a decade, but this is uncommon in wild populations. A few reach this age due to a combination of favorable genetics, safer surroundings, and sheer fortune. These individuals are rare examples of what the species can achieve. The average lifespan of a deer in the wild is much shorter, typically only a few years. These years are intense and filled with constant alertness, but also rich in experience and instinctual knowledge. Every day of survival is earned. Aging deer often take fewer risks. They move less, travel shorter distances, and stay closer to cover. These behaviors help extend their lives, though they also reduce opportunities to mate or explore new areas. Even with all its natural abilities, a deer is always vulnerable to unexpected events. A fallen tree, a cold snap, or a misstep into unfamiliar ground can cut a life short. Its awareness and agility can delay and never fully prevent these risks. The structure of a deer's body allows it to recover from small injuries and endure harsh conditions, but repeated stress or trauma accumulates over time. Wounds that once healed quickly may take longer in old age, and internal wear becomes more pronounced. Living a long life as a deer means navigating cycles of abundance and scarcity, heat and cold, safety and danger. Each year brings a new challenge, and surviving it adds another layer of wisdom, if not always health. Most deer that die of natural causes in the wild do so due to a combination of age and vulnerability. As the body weakens, it becomes harder to find food, flee from threats, and maintain strength. Eventually, the deer succumbs to these realities. While age is a factor, it is rarely the sole cause of death. Most deer experience a culmination of factors: injury, exhaustion, disease that leads to the end. Longevity, therefore, is more about enduring adversity than simply avoiding it. A long-lived deer is often one that has avoided competition, stayed hidden when needed, and followed the patterns of nature closely. It has likely moved with the seasons, adapted to conditions, and learned from every encounter. The lifespan of a deer cannot be guaranteed, but its potential is known. Under ideal circumstances, it can live many years and leave behind generations of descendants. Each deer that lives long adds to the understanding of the species' durability. In every phase of life, the deer demonstrates balance between fragility and strength. It is born into risk, matures with caution, and ages with a quiet grace. Its life is a cycle shaped by environment, instinct, and resilience. Ultimately, the lifespan of a deer is a reflection of its environment, its luck, and its own choices. Each day it survives is a triumph, each year an achievement, and whether short or long, its life plays a meaningful role in the world it moves through.